They told you to say it out loud, to shout it, to let it echo in the air like a banner of belief, Allahu Akbar. But the ones who truly knew, they didn't raise their voices. They lowered their hearts, because this isn't a slogan, it's a collapse. Allahu Akbar doesn't mean God is great. It means you are not. Not the way you imagine him, not the way you place him inside your fears and wants. The Prophet said, God is greater than whatever you imagine him to be. And Ibn Arabi took it further. The moment you say Akbar with the tongue but keep your ego on the throne, you have lied. So the next time you say it, don't say it for volume, say it for vanishing. You were taught to say Allahu Akbar before prayer, before battle, before taking a stand, but no one told you what it demands from you. Because if God is greater, then everything you thought was great, your pride, your plans, your pain, has to bow. Allahu Akbar isn't an opening line, it's an eviction notice. It means step down from the throne you built for yourself. The story is not about you, the center is not you, the control was never yours. Ibn Arabi wrote, you cannot know the greatness of God until you've seen the illusion of your own. This is why the early saints trembled at takbir, because they knew you can't just say Allah is Akbar and keep acting like you're the king. You can't declare his greatness and still negotiate with your ego. That's why the Prophet ﷺ would often say Allahu Akbar quietly, not to suppress the power, but because true awe doesn't need to shout. True awe silences the self. We often say God is great, but secretly imagine a bigger version of ourselves, a stronger will, a louder voice, a divine being that agrees with our side. But Allahu Akbar isn't your ego amplified, it's your ego undone. Ibn Arabi said, the real does not reflect your image, he reflects your absence. That's why saying Allahu Akbar is not just a declaration, it's a disintegration. Because when you say it and mean it, you begin to lose the self you thought you had to protect. You begin to realize God is not the God of your ambitions or your enemies or your self-image dressed in worship. He is greater than all of it, greater than the you that says the word. The Quran reminds, they did not appraise Allah with true appraisal, 2274, because we keep turning him into a weapon, a wish, a reflection of our pain. But Allahu Akbar tears through all that. It's not praise, it's exposure. It shows you how small your world has been, how loud your need to control, and how ready the silence is to hold you once you finally stop performing greatness and start witnessing it. We want a God who fits in our prayers, who blesses our goals, who stays where we put him. But Allahu Akbar doesn't bless your plans, it breaks them. Because when God is truly greater than your ideas, your fears, your timing, then you don't just trust him, you collapse into him. Ibn Arabi wrote, you cannot say God is greater and still be clinging to the map you made. Because greatness isn't just about God being more, it's about God being beyond. Beyond what you like, beyond what you expected, beyond even what you asked for in dua. The Prophet ﷺ, in his deepest moments, would fall into sujud not just in reverence, but in surrender. Because takbir is not an elevation of God, it's the lowering of you. The Quran says, and your Lord is the Most High, 87:1. But you can't see that height until you've seen how small your throne really is. So when you say Allahu Akbar, don't just look up, look down at all the false centers you stood on and step off. We thought saying Allahu Akbar meant speaking louder, praying bolder, claiming space with our sound. But what if real takbir isn't about raising your voice, but emptying it? What if the greatest declaration of God's greatness isn't a cry, but a hush? Ibn Arabi wrote, the more you realize his greatness, the less you try to describe it. Because the real doesn't need your volume. He's not waiting to be announced. He's waiting to be recognized. The Quran says, and remember your Lord in humility and in fear, without loudness and words. 7:205. But we keep performing God, using his name to sound powerful, to sound faithful, to sound like we're in control. But Allahu Akbar was never meant to make you sound big. It was meant to make you feel small, in the most sacred way, not humiliated, but humbled, not crushed, but cracked open. So the next time you say it, don't say it to be heard. Say it because there's nothing left in you that can speak above it. We love to say God is greater, but greater than what? Than our pain, our plans, our enemies. We say Allahu Akbar and secretly measure him against our struggles, as if he's the fixer, as if his greatness only matters when it shows up in our favor. But Ibn Arabi warned, every time you compare God to something, you shrink him into your image. Allahu Akbar isn't a comparison, it's the collapse of comparison. It means there is no measure that can hold him, no metaphor that can carry him, no success or suffering that can define his presence. The Quran says, there is nothing like unto him, 42:11. Not even your idea of greatness. Because God's greatness isn't always loud. It's not always comforting. Sometimes it comes through stillness, sometimes through loss, sometimes it comes when nothing else does. So the next time you whisper Allahu Akbar, don't use it to explain what just happened. Use it to surrender to what can never be explained. Allahu Akbar. You've said it standing tall. Now try saying it while trembling, while bowing, while breaking, because the real takbir isn't in the rise, it's in the release. It's what you whisper when your plans collapse, when the answers don't come, when you stop pretending you understand and just fall into the one who always did. Ibn Arabi said, the greatest declaration is not shouted, it's the one that rises from the ruins of the self. So maybe Allahu Akbar is not what you say before the battle. It's what you say after you lose and realize you were never meant to win. Not like that. Not by conquering, but by surrendering. The Quran ends the story of prayer with, and proclaim the greatness of your Lord. 74:3. Not to end a ritual, but to echo a truth that in the end, only one greatness remains. So when you say Allahu Akbar next time, say it from the ashes, say it from the silence, say it from the place in you that finally stopped needing to be great. If these words unsettled something in you, don't rush to feel better. Stay with the tremble, let it stretch you. Because sometimes what breaks you is the only thing real enough to rebuild you. If you're ready for more than content, for echoes, for reminders, for windows into what you already carry, subscribe to Heart's Whisper. And in the comments tell me, what did Allahu Akbar ask you to step down from today?